This is the Hot 100. This is everybody. These are the best 100 songs. But that was my first time releasing anything at all, you know, on a national level. Oh my God. What a world that opened up to me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what was gonna transpire after that. I didn't know how to deal with what was coming back or anything like that. I barely knew who I was myself, but I think it was just a kid. It was just a kid that didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know where he wanted to go. You know, just wanted one car at that time. I was fine with that. Not until they gave me that first check. Holy shit. That first check was out of control. Shit. Oh, yeah, that one car theory went out the window right away. But having it break in at 100, I mean, I was fine. I was good with that. And, you know, a lot of people would see that and they'd say, well, it's nowhere near number one. But at the time, that's my highest charting record. Like, I'm seen with the best 100 songs in this whole category. This is it. This is the Hot 100. This is everybody all at the same time. This ain't hip hop. This ain't R&B. This ain't adult contemporary. This ain't Latin. This ain't nothing. This is everybody. This ain't country. This is everybody all at one time. These are the best 100 songs. So seeing that and feeling that kind of gave me a different appreciation of how I made music. That started my journey of like, man, what if I can do this again? What if I can do it better? Oh my God, what if I get to number one day? I didn't think it was gonna happen, but you know, why not give it a try? That kicked it off. That's the reason we're sitting here right now.
It's TP and CB, I'm a nappy boy.
Kiss Kiss, Chris Brown featuring T-Pain. Produced and written by T-Pain also. It's fire. It's supposed to be a truck horn. That was my first number one. Stayed on the chart for 26 weeks. That was awesome. Because that was the first time I really got to work with Chris Brown. Me and Chris Brown signed our deals on the same day. We were always friends. My first tour was with Chris Brown, but we had never actually gotten in the studio together before then. And our first time in the studio, we come out with a number one song. It was a very simple, straightforward session. But again, he was turning 18 at the time. I think I was already 20 or 21. I guess that was one of the times I was like, you're about to be 18. You can say some of these things. And his manager was like, absolutely not. So we did end up rewriting Kiss Kiss once because the first version of Kiss Kiss was supposed to be, she chunky, chunky, she thick, thick. In her mind, she fantasized about getting with me. It wasn't supposed to be Kiss Kiss. So we tried to make it like a little more innocent for him. And I was like, he's 18 though. He can smoke cigarettes now if he wants to. That song took 2 months to record. There's 5 different versions of the hook, and he didn't use any of them. The version that we know now, I didn't hear that version of the song until I got to the video shoot. It sounded nothing like that in the studio. The sample wasn't there. John Legend was on it. I think Marsha Ambrosius was on it. Like, it was a lot. Kanye is one of them people, like, once he gets a song going, he'll try everything that comes into his mind until he just settles on something. You know, but the song would be full of so many different versions, so many different artists, and, you know, he'll bring in different drums, and if he's feeling, you know, this needs an African feel to it, he'll fly people from Africa to come work on it. It was stressful because every time he had an idea, I had to go back and work on the song. It wasn't like a continuous 2 weeks. It was like, all right, that was the session. I got shows and stuff. And he's like, hey, can you come back after the show? And then come do it again. No, I'm like, no, my show was on the other side of the country. He's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll fly you back. Like, no, I don't want to do that kind of I don't feel like doing that. That's stupid as hell. Very stressful song to make, but it turned out great. September 29th, the song finally launched, and it was different. But once the song got released, I don't think I was happy because, like I said, he didn't use the stuff that was supposed to be hooks. He just kind of pieced together a lot of other stuff I did, but it worked. It worked. You can't deny that it didn't work. It's a dope song. it made the chart. So here we are talking about it. There's a Grammy back there. First Grammy win. That was awesome.
I know you feel good, just like you look. Couple more shots, you open up like a book. I ain't tripping.
Banger. That was a fun record to do because Jamie Foxx had never delved into the auto-tune lane. And some part of me thinks that Jamie Foxx called me for that record so he'll have permission to use auto-tune. I don't know, I'm not the gatekeeper of auto-tune, but I guess having me on the song kind of kept the backlash away from him. Whatever. And whatever the process was, whatever the thought was for that, thank you, Jamie. But it was fun. Jamie sent the song. He had his parts already done. It was like, man, all we need is T-Pain flavor. I did the song. I mean, like as soon as he sent it to me. I did it the same night he sent it to me. That was when I was like right in the middle of doing a rap mixtape. So I really wasn't in the mood for some R&B, but man, Jamie Foxx called you. You change moods. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I can't believe it. Ooh,
Oh, boy.
she all on me, me. I think she want me.
Yeah, what a great song. I really thought I was Andre 3000 recording that song. I don't know why. It just felt like it. It felt like that was my spirit animal that I had on me while I was recording that song. I thought I was doing something real special. Thought I was doing something very unique. Now that I hear it, and you compare that to actual Andre 3000 songs, you didn't do anything special, bro. Again, that fostered the era of the mansion in Wisconsin, infamous rhyme, and since then we've been able to really incorporate that into everything. All my tours that I go on now are, Wisconsin based. We have a Wisconsin university. All the merch is Wisconsin based. We're actually starting a school in Wisconsin now. It's a music school. But yeah, man, working with Lil Wayne was awesome. That's when we were the dynamic duo and people couldn't stop us and we were taking over the whole industry. It was just a great time. I think that was like, that was peak time for me. Can't believe it was a staple in the entire music industry. And I don't think anybody could actually deny that. I don't think there's any two other people that could have done that, you know what I mean? Not with a style that's, as laid back and chill as ours. We were just chilling. We were just making music. Wasn't trying to beat anybody to death. Wasn't trying to top the charts. We were just making music and they just so happened to top the charts. So, top 10 and I'm not 10.
I'm in love with a stripper. She climbing, she rolling, she rolling.
This was hot.
She climbing that molding.
Yeah, this one's hot. I'm in love with a stripper. It's crazy that most of these was written and produced by me. Mike Jones held me down on this one. That was pretty cool. I kind of grew up listening to Mike Jones, and to get him on the song with me was awesome. That was a life goal of mine, so shout out to Mike Jones. Thank you, brother. That was a tough song to bring out because I was recording the song as a joke because I had just taken my friend to his first strip club. I was recording the song, making fun of him, but we was recording the song at Stankonia Studios in Atlanta. Unbeknownst to me, Big Boy was there at the same time. And it's his studio, so he can kind of walk in whenever he feels like. He walked in while we were playing the song and making fun of my dude. And he was like, man, what's up with this song? And I was, about to explain to him that it was a joke. Sorry for wasting his time in the studio. Sorry for coming in here and making joke songs. We could have actually recorded a real song. I was getting ready to explain that to him. And he said, this is dope. You need to release this. It turned into a real thing because Big Boy said we need to release that and it's a dope song and are you gonna not listen to Big Boy? It's from Outkast. You just listen to him. You know what I mean? Again, I don't know why. It worked out. It's one of my best songs now. Now I like it the most. It's one of my favorite ones to perform. I don't know where that changed. Maybe because when I recorded it, I wasn't old enough to actually be in the strip club legally. And now I go all the time. Now the song hits close to home.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough.
DJ Khaled has a problem with barging in people's studios. I was in a session for something else, and DJ Khaled was like, look, man, I got a beat. I really like this beat. I need a hook on it. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. I was like, man, I was just about to go eat. Can we do this tomorrow, next week, or something like that? Or when I get back to Miami, it's like, where were you gonna eat? I'll bring it here. I'll have them bring enough for 10 people in the studio. I was gonna get like checkers or something, but I was like, man, I was gonna get this lobster and this steak and all this stuff, man. And it's just a lobster place. You can't really get it to the thing. And sure enough, had people bringing in trays of lobster and steak if I just stayed there. I stayed every day. It's weird because it took like 10 minutes. I shouldn't have trusted that. I don't know where he got it from. I ate it though. I ate a lot of it. That was stupid. But the weird thing that I do, because I've told this a lot, and the weird thing that I do is sometimes when I don't have the words to something, I'll get some rhythms down and I'll do the ad-libs first. And he's just sitting there watching me do the ad-libs and he thinks this is like the full hook that I'm trying to do. So again, he tried to get me to change it. And I was like, how about you fucking leave? How about you get out of here and let me do the thing you're asking me to do? You can't come in here and say, oh my God, I need you to do something, but I'm gonna tell you how to do it. I can't deal with that. He left, and while he was gone, I had to call him up like, what do you even want this to be about? It sounds like a movie song or a triumphant something. And he was like, man, I'm just so tired of losing. I just want to win. I'm so tired of people trying to take me down. They don't want me to win. I'll never lose. I never lose again. I just want to win. And he just kept saying he wanted to win. And I was like, all right, cool. Here we go. He came back, and he had all I do was win. He might have cried. Maybe he was just allergic to shellfish. Bartender. Ooh, if you're looking for me, I'm at the bar. Really feel like we deserve some number ones on these, but can't be making songs about strippers and bartenders and think you're gonna shoot on up to the top. This wasn't supposed to be my song. I actually wrote this for myself, and then Akon heard it, and he was like, hey, I'm taking the song, putting it on my album. And I was like, well, no, you're not. But he kind of had the control of the label. He was like, trust me, it'll be bigger if I do it. I was like, you can have a verse. You can have a verse. He actually recorded the whole song, I think. I was like, we'll keep one of the verses you did and make it third. I don't think anybody's gonna make it that far, but come to find out, that's the verse they listen to the most. that's really underestimated that verse. But no, I mean, it's obviously a great song. It was coming along the side of Stripper, and it's like, which you gotta pick one, man. You in the club, was this one night? Like you like the bartender, you're in love with the stripper, you got the, what's going on with you? You know, this was a part of the first Grammy nominations. That same year, I had 5 nominations that year. That's not something that's normal for, you know, such an early on artist, especially someone as young as I was back then. That was just not, I didn't know how to deal with that. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to deal with most of my success, to be totally honest. Nobody got me ready for that. I didn't think I would be successful at all because I got signed to Akon as a writer. And I was just supposed to be writing songs for Akon. I wrote I'm Sprung for Akon. So, you know, for him to be like, nah, I don't like that. And I was like, well, I like it. I'm gonna have somebody play it in Tallahassee. Took it to Tallahassee, they played it on the radio. And here we are doing this interview now. This should have won a Grammy. This should have won a Grammy. This one was interesting. I put my record deal on the line for this song. This song went to like maybe 6 different artists. I think Webby had this. Pitbull had it. I think they sent it out to every artist on Atlantic at the same time. Plies was the least known artist that had it, but it was my favorite version. I was like, this is my favorite one. Y'all gotta put this one out. And they were like, well, we wanted a bigger artist on it. I was like, well, how about this? If y'all don't give this to him, then it's not happening. It's only gonna work for this man. If y'all give it to him and it doesn't work, y'all can take my label deal away. Y'all can take everything that y'all got with me. Y'all can drop it. I'm fine. And it worked. That was one of the first times I've ever done that for anybody. It was actually the last time I did it for anybody because I was scary as hell. I was really trying to push that song to make sure it worked. Oh man, that almost didn't work because I had never seen Plies. But then I saw him and I was like, oh, this dude doesn't own shirts. That's cool. That's gonna be very marketable. This dude ain't got not a shirt in his closet. I didn't know that. Oh, permanent gold teeth. Okay, well, shit. But it worked. Again, we made the charts. The numbers are there. And here we are talking about it now. That song should have won a Grammy, for sure. That should have been Best Rap Song. Super great song, I think. Came in at 91 and shot all the way up to #1. I am so proud of that because I put very little effort into that. It was part of the whole, Atlantic Records come in and do a bunch of hook nights. I was like, yep, Flo, no, low. I was like, sure, that works. Let's hit record. Let's do it. No, man, it was kind of cool because I hadn't worked with Flo Rida before that, but I knew of Flo Rida. But everything I heard from Flo Rida before we did that song, it was like super duper gangsta, like major Miami gangsta music. That's all I knew about Flo Rida. So once the song landed on him, I was like, oh boy, how's that gonna go? But he actually flipped it. He changed his style up, and it worked for the better because even after that, he kept going with that same style, and man, it was really working for him. I just remember, hooking up with Po Boy, his label, and just really, working more with them. And it kind of led to this great relationship between me and Freezy and E-Class and his whole team. And, still to this day, we try to own establishments together, and there's still a business relationship there. And I think that's going to be forever, pretty much. But just to have that bond of our first time working together, again, shooting at #1, becoming a diamond record, having more than 10 million sold, and being a part of the 50 people that's happened to in the history of that being recorded. I think that's something to have a stick shaking at.
Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink. I'm T-Pain.
That song almost didn't happen. I had my album coming, and the snap craze was crazy at that point. Franchise Boys, Jermaine Dupri was killing it. Atlanta was really, really taking over the airwaves at the time. The Whole Epiphany album was already done. Well, I thought so anyways. And then my A&R, Mev Hits, was like, yo, I know you don't like this kind of music, but we need one snap song. We need one snap music song, and then I think your album is complete. And I was like, dude, I do not want to do a snap song because obviously I'm an artiste and snap music is below me. That's what I'm thinking at the time, not knowing I'm making the stupidest music. No, just as simple. I'm thinking I'm, better than everybody. So I'm like, I'm not making a snap song. And I was like, I'll do my version of a snap song. How about that? He's like, cool, whatever you want to do. I was like, but this one's gonna have music. It ain't gonna be it ain't gonna be one of those. And it ended up being one of those. So, at first, it was a bunch of chords and harmonies and stuff like that. It was like, you need like a sound, just one sound like a snap song. That's really what makes the snap song. So I was like, added the boom, 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 boom. But even that was more musical than what was going on at the time, and I think that's really what made it stand out and made it different. So yeah, I'm glad he made that decision. I'm glad he kind of pushed that on me and pushed me past my limit, and came out with a banger, #1, first T-Pain #1. Wayne. I'm just gonna call it that. We had to separate it for legal reasons. So Lil Wayne featuring T-Pain, but ultimately T Wayne. That was just a special era, period. T-Pain and Lil Wayne couldn't be touched. There's nobody messing with us in that dynamic duo. We were something else. And the crazy thing was everything we did was together. If I got booked on the show, then Wayne got booked on the show. It wasn't because we were following each other. It's just like booking agents know if you get T-Pain, you can't not get Lil Wayne. You have to get both. You got to do both. It's always got to be a package deal. And then we did the I Am Music tour, which solidified it even more. It's also when I met Drake. That was a weird time. Coming in at that time with something like Got Money right after, after Can't Believe It and after all the success of what we were doing, and we were making an album together, the T-Wayne album, the He Rap, He Sang album, because Wayne was singing, and I was rapping, but also Wayne was rapping and I was singing, so He Rap, He Sang was our duo album together, but it was a good time for both of us, but I think I was having the most fun, because Wayne had already been in the game for 10 plus years. I was brand new, you know what I mean? Basically, coming in from 2005 and then 2008, like Wayne's still going strong and still one of the best rappers in the world, and I'm coming in as some guy. that was different for me. It was normal for him, but the fact that he had never really collaborated with another artist at that level and kept it going for so many years, that was real special for me. I was having the most fun for sure. We both had studios on our bus when we were on tour, so we kept going back and forth. It's your turn, bro. It's your turn. You got to send a song first. It was just a great time, man. And Got Money was just an addition to everything that we were already doing. We were already on top of the game and taking over the world, and we were just casually doing it. We weren't trying. We were just casually doing it.
Got money, yeah, and you know it, yeah. Take it out your pocket and show it.
When you get to hear your stats, when you get to hear what you've done in your life, it's like, I did it. I did something. This is cool. I'm gonna forget tomorrow, but it's still good. Still good to have today. This is a good day. I am T-Pain, and that was a little bit of my chart history.